बहुत ही खुशी की बात है, हमारे साथ इस समय जनरल एनसी विज जी मौजूद हैं। तो इनॉग्रल ब्लेसिंग्स के लिए वी हैव विद अस जनरल एनसी विज जी, the former chief of army staff, who was also facilitated with Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Uttam Yudh Seva Medal, and Ati Vishisht Seva Medal. He was also the founder, vice chairman of National Disaster Management Authority and director of the think tank Vivekananda International Foundation. We are extremely honored to have him amidst us and extend our heartfelt greetings to him. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है विज साहब आपका, और हम चाहेंगे कि आपका आशीर्वाद, आपका स्नेह, आपके मार्गदर्शन हमें सबको प्राप्त।
Ladies and gentlemen, my very sincere apologies that my system has really have delayed your proceedings also in a way. So once again, my apologies. And with this, I will like to say that indeed it's a pleasure and privilege for me to be given this opportunity to inaugurate this webinar on the very important topic of pandemic and alternative livelihood. I must also congratulate the Institute for Integrated Rural Development for hosting this event. This is such an important and critical subject today because it has affected the entire world, whether developed or developing, all sections of society, whether rich, middle class, middle income, poor, below poverty line, everybody, that everybody is struggling with it and struggling with this scourge of the pandemic. Now, besides the health risks, which are immense, and the scale of that is ever increasing, the associated problem is that it has also hit the livelihood and the economy very badly, not only of India, but the entire world. As a matter of fact, as per the economists, the Indian economy is likely to shrink by almost 5% this year. Well, what turns out at the end, more or less, one cannot say, but that is the estimate today. And this is for the first time since 91 when Dr. Manmohan Singh presented his famous budget and India moved out of the Parliament Raj. Now, most of the business closed down for almost 3 months ever since the lockdown was announced. And also the MSMEs, which are over 15 million in the country, also stopped working and went out of money. And because of that, their revival became one of the very important subjects for the government because of the three reasons why it has happened. Firstly, the demand dried up because people were not earning any money. Secondly, the skilled labor and the semi-skilled labor returned to their villages. Most of the migrant laborers, you've seen their plight would have seen that on the TV screens. They have gone back to the villages and they are not available now, even when the lockdown has been lifted, and we are in an unlocked position, as the Prime Minister called it. And even when the MSMEs restart, unfortunately, they will start on a very scaled down stage for the simple reason that, and that is the third one, that the finances with the MSMEs also is packed up. So the point is, with all this happening and with COVID still rampaging, and we do not know as to when would be perhaps the end of this, the income of the poor and the middle section especially has dried up. And unless the people start cooperating, start wearing masks, start maintaining social distances, we will not be able to cope up with it. The choice for the government both at the center and the state is rather limited because it's an issue of not only life, it is also the issue of livelihood, which has been very badly affected. Now, limitations of the government are at all ends, whether the center or the state, is that their revenue is shrinking. Revenue is shrinking because there is no business and so no money coming to the government. So how do they put the money into the hands of the people? All this that they can do is perhaps borrow, but how much can you borrow? Because the borrowed money has got to be repaid, and there can't be defaults in the repayment of loans or the money which we borrow. So the government will have to come up with another fiscal stimulus at some stage. But as per the economic advisor whom I heard around, I think 4 days back on the TV, and he said it is likely to come, but it will come only uh, when the corona is finally behind us and they are sure that the business will carry on, the money will not be wasted. So that is what the situation stands. So what do you do in a situation where the government is in a condition when they are finding that they are more or less helpless? So I think one of the major things is public initiative, people's initiative, and the community initiative and participation. We have to find self employment. And for that self employment, ingenuity of the Indians will have to find its way. The government, on its own part, has increased substantially the number of vacancies for the Manrega, which is in the villages. They have also increased the rates of the Manrega so that the people can manage. They have also provided rations to the people who are in the poverty line and hovering around that up to the month of November. All that is being done. But somehow we have to manage and find ways and means to generate self employment. And that will be a very important part, I suppose, that will get discussed during the latter half of the day or after this. And you people will be better experts on this. But amongst all this gloom, I would like to say that there is one bright spark. And that bright spark is that the agriculture income and agriculture output this year has increased by more than 11 to 12%. And that's a fair amount. And agriculture in our country affects more than 60% of the people because they are involved in agriculture. A very large cross section is involved in agriculture. And if the government fixes their rates of their produce and all that well, I think there will be a fair amount of, I won't say revival, but a fair amount of help. So this has been very good. Food is not in short supply. Food is available. Rations are available. The agriculture output is available. So that is one problem we are not going to run into in this country. And our reserves are also huge. Huge reserves are available with the government. So that problem will not occur. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will like to say that if the corona is handled in another 4 to 5 months, that is when perhaps that vaccine will be found, for which over 200 companies are already in the run. And I think 2 or 3 of them perhaps will come out with their vaccine, another maybe by month of October, November, December. Well, one is hoping for an earlier date, and the sentiments improve. Then perhaps more money will come into the hands of the people. Government will take bold steps and be sure that the money will be best utilized and things will start improving. I must also say one thing, that there is the Indian individual companies, also 2 of them, which are in the run to produce this vaccine. But even that gets delayed by a month or 2, if it is successful, provided it is successful. In any case, India is involved in the production of more than 70% of the vaccine of the world because that is manufactured in India. So I'm sure when we are in that part, we will get our fair share of vaccine, and the critical groups will get looked after first. But before I close, I would also like to say one thing more, that every adversity brings in opportunities, and that opportunities one should take full advantage of, because this is the time when government has to act bold. And I think for that, a lot of reforms are required to be brought in. It is the right time that one should rise above the political constraints and political considerations and bring in a lot of reforms about land, labor, electricity, and Prime Minister has also added Atam Nirbharta, taking that into account. With that, if that happens, then India has perhaps an opportunity to be a part of the global supply chain, because a lot of companies which are wanting to move out of China because of their unhappiness with the Chinese, and especially because of the Wuhan coronavirus, uh, they can find India as a satisfactory place to move to. But that all depends on the government. It all depends on the boldness of the state governments to institute these measures. And once these are done, I think things should improve. Only about 3 days back, the Prime Minister gave a very important speech in which, when he was addressing the corporates of the world and the UN, he said, this is the best time for the world to invest in trustworthy India. So, trustworthy India for the investment is the key part of the entire game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are passing through difficult times. The entire world is passing through difficult times. And we have done fairly well so far. And I'm sure with everybody's effort and cooperation, and with organizations like yours and the participants like you who've collected on a Sunday to discuss this aspect, India will come out of this problem safe and sound, and with perhaps better strength and more than ever before to fight this menace, and also have a better economy from starting from 2021 onwards. That's what they say. There'll be a V-shaped recovery. That means after the downhill movement, there'll be a sharp increase in our recovery. So with that, I like to wish everybody well, stay safe, and I'll also like to thank the organizers for organizing this very important meet, and also once again my apology for giving you all the trouble on behalf of the internet, which has perhaps gone off and on. Thank you very much once again. I'm grateful, and all the luck. Thank you.
We express our warm gratitude to General N.C. Viz for having spared his precious time for such a vibrant celebration and honored us with his kind blessings today. Thank you so much, sir. We'll keep on seeking your guidance in the future too. Thank you once again.